At E3 2016, the last thing I expected to hear was anything Crash Bandicoot related. And so Sony talked about Crash Bandicoot, announcing that the first 3 games would be getting HD remakes made from the ground up, which is amazing beyond words, and could possibly open up the door for new Crash games. But sadly, these remakes are going to take a while to make, and since we both know I'm not going to play that Skylanders thing, I searched high and low for something that tied me over a bit, and luckily, China was 2,003 steps ahead of me. And so today on Obscure Gaming, I'm proud to present to you Crash Bandicoot 2, The Huge Adventure, 2003. Now some of you may remember that Crash already had a huge adventure on the Game Boy Advance with Crash Bandicoot's Huge Adventure, but the developers really wanted a sequel and took it into their own hands, I suppose, making a game that barely resembles the source material in that it looks nothing like it at all. But perhaps that's all explained in this game's incredible story. Serene life of people is in this fine cosmos / picture. From here we transition to a picture that they stole from the actual game, but luckily added this floating super from Ryu, so that makes it better. But there is an unknown object in the mysterious space to surround the Earth, high speed to exercise to come over, I hope the Earth can hold down back. Uki begins to talk. I do not know how I still take you nearby. You disappointed me too many times. This is really well translated. Cortex responds, forgives me. I wasted so many years to try to conquer those stupid people. Cortex responding to himself, trust me, I have a plan for resident of the weak and small people on Earth. I'm coming. And kinda look like a Digimon, but we're gonna ignore that for the moment. Meanwhile, on some random planet with an astronaut, where the story really goes off the rails, finally, mankind of my planet have already completed. The Earth mankind will admit, for my super intelligence, look at how smart and low quality this astronaut is, your god, comma, I am your ruler. Maybe a Digimon. But finally, I woned. He's a woner, as opposed to a winner, which is someone who can spell. And now, Mo1 can spell check this, or obstructed me. Now we get confusing again, transitioning into what looks like a Final Fantasy-esque area with quote-unquote Crash Bandicoot getting orders from a giant chicken, who I assume is his leader. Crash, alter evil to be straight. Go to rescue will soon cosmos that suffer hardship in of living to work properly. Crash says okay, because he wants to get out of there as quickly as possible and vanishes into thin air, leaving the chicken alone. And then we transition to the title screen where you're left to figure out what the hell just happened. Since I couldn't figure it out, I just mashed start, anything to avoid thinking about what was actually going on in that room. But as Crash, you set off on a journey that will take you to classic Crash Bandicoot locations all over the world, like convenient boxy platform area in the woods, a snowy level, the city, space, in front of a moving vehicle trying to kill you, an especially bad level, I'd like to add. But as Crash, your mission is simple. You're to progress through each stage, breaking crates to collect fruit, with your main goal being finding a gem that'll allow you to progress to the next stage. But of course, it's not that simple, as various enemies stolen from other games that aren't Crash related want you dead, as does this mermaid and whoever the hell this guy is. And again, the truck. Luckily though, Crash maintains most of his official counterparts' moves, such as moving and jumping, very vital things. Your classic spin is there and looks like it was stolen from the Tasmanian Devil, but it works, so whatever, most of the time. You can also jump on enemies' heads to kill them if you want, but due to some bad design, when Crash bounces off of anything, he has the tendency to be really hard to control while airborne. Something that's especially fun when you're looking for gems that someone hid at the top of the start of the third stage, but We'll get to that in a bit. Now, Crash controls somewhere between okay-ish and complete garbage. Once he's running, he really likes to keep on running because inertia is fun, causing him to run off platforms constantly while trying to make jumps. Speaking of, you can't go from moving to a jump. That'll simply result in no jump and you'll keep moving and then you'll fall to your death. You have to let Crash return to a neutral position, jump, and then input the direction that you'd like to go, which is awkward. Speaking of awkward and jumping, in your quest to break boxes, you may see on a platform a box that you might want to break on that platform, but unfortunately that box doesn't want you on the platform. Literally. The box will push Crash off of the platform. It's impossible to even stand next to a box most of the time. You can get I think a little close, but that's about it. Invisible wall between you and the box. Meaning to get on these special platforms, you need to hit the box from underneath the platform without falling to your death, or somehow jump really high and get it from the top. Otherwise, you're gonna fall to your death. But of course, fruit isn't your real target here. It's the gems. And in the land of bootleg, gems get put in really stupid places, like at the top of the start of stage 3, the city stage. I was stuck in this particular stage for the longest time and couldn't actually go any further with the game. I just kept dying and wandering around looking for gems, when suddenly I discovered that Crash could actually stand on windowsills. Something that I assumed he would fall through because the level doesn't really make it that obvious that you can stand on windows. But lo and behold, after going left all the way back to where I started, except now I was on the top of the screen, there was the gem, right above where I started, with an enemy right next to it, just in case you had any funny ideas about not dying. To assist in not dying, Crash's handy fruit bazooka shows up, if you happen to find the gem that gives you it in the 2 stages that it exists in. And of course, we can't forget his other weapon, the sword, which I don't really recall Crash having a sword. I do know that the sword is worse than simply spinning in a circle, so stay away from the sword and just spin around in a circle. Because all it'll take is one wrong move and you'll die, because like in the official titles, one hit of anything will kill Crash. Something the official games even out a bit with the checkpoint system, but there are no checkpoints in this game, which leaves you screwed most of the time. The only exception to the you're gonna die in one hit rule are boss fights. Minus the truck one, which will just kill you. But in the other 2 boss fights, assuming the truck is an actual boss, which I don't know what the hell else it is, it's an evil truck, but the evil mermaid and this guy, Crash will be allotted 3 hits before dying, with him changing different colors with each time he gets hit, so you can kinda see where you are in terms of health. Something that just should have been in the whole game, considering how unforgiving it can be. Oh, and the bosses are terrible, by the way. The fights themselves go on for a really long time as the bosses have a lot of health, and they really don't give any indication of when they're getting close to dying, with their only saving grace being their poor AI patterns, as it's just rinse and repeat. Overall, one of the biggest faults with the game, however, is it's just not particularly fun. I spent more time dying to stupid shit than actually having a good time. Mix this in with poor controls, confusing level design, boxes with weird hitboxes that are larger than the actual boxes, badly hidden gems, and this mean-spirited truck. And you're left with a less than stellar experience. That doesn't even make up with it with a great English ending, it just says the end. The opening had Digimon and astronauts, and all you have is the end for the end of the game, which is very disappointing. Speaking of disappointing, let's look at the presentation. Now, I've been deliberating with myself as to whether or not Crash actually looks good or not. My instincts say no, but I'm reluctant to actually say that, as this is a bootleg, so it seems like they tried. It's barely recognizable as Crash, sure, but it doesn't look stolen. It looks too crappy to be stolen, so I'm gonna say an A for effort. The stages aren't anything spectacular, although their designs confuse me, so it has that going for it. What I really don't get about the presentation is its consistency with its cutscene at the beginning of the game. You could steal one image from the real game and then fell back on Digimon and some astronaut? Really? You couldn't use Google just one more time? As for the music, it's decent. Most likely, stolen. See if you can name that tune while I'm chased by an evil truck. None of the songs in the game are inherently bad. Inappropriate, sure. Not Crash sounding, yeah, but not terrible. All in all, it's a solid meh. But this is Crash Bandicoot 2: The Huge Adventure 2003. While the game didn't satisfy my Crash yearnings by any stretch of the imagination, I ended up playing Warped again while making this video. And that worked. So everything worked out okay. I can't exactly recommend this title to anyone though, as I don't actually think it's any good. And with the remakes on this way, why ruin your palate? That said, I can't actually stop any of you, so stay safe and don't forget you were warned. This has been Obscure Gaming. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to End Slate, or shall I say, Birthday Slate, because it's my birthday today. So welcome back to End Slate. I don't know why I'm uploading a video on my birthday, but I hope you enjoyed the new Obscure Gaming on Crash 2003, The Huge Adventure, whatever they called it. Been meaning to talk about that for a while, but in other End Slate news, End Slate stuff. First thing on End Slate, where we talk about the stuff, I'll recommend the last video I did on this channel, which was a Gaming Mysteries on a bunch of Sonic games that managed to be canceled. And then I think I said something about setting my expectations really high about what Sega's new Sonic game was going to be, and it actually they look pretty good, so yay. I saw a reference to Streets of Rage also. That was pretty great. So if you want to watch that video, you can click on it if you want, and the other two videos are going to be two other videos that if you want to watch, you can click on them. I don't know what they're going to be though, but they're there. Hope I put those annotations up. At the bottom of the screen, Nico, he does the art for the channel, and the art on the internet. You should check out Nico's social media stuff, and I also have social media stuff like, Twitter and Facebook, where I post about Kamen Rider. And of course, if you like the video and you want to subscribe to see more, or like it, or share it, or whatever, you're free to do so, but I'm not going to force you to, because if anyone's noticed, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Speaking of don't feel comfortable about doing that, I made a Patreon, and I have a lot of people to thank because they've been helping me. They help me, and I still don't know why. It makes me all flustered and weird to talk about it, but though I'm eternally grateful, and so I thank them here in the wonderful world of End Slate, where the video's never gonna end. So thank you, J Steria, Natilio Maldonado, a guy named Ben, Abdul Karim Torres, Darth Penguin, Nikki Batelli, D-Man's Land, I know you, the Panda Pan, Jacob Sifford, I'm too far away from the screen, I think. Nope, it's Sifford. Ryan Macklin, Paul Walker, the Paul Walker, Tio Sentore. That's close enough to Senator. Would you like to replace all of Congress, please? Because they're not doing a good job. Thank you, Joseph Pueo. I think I got that one. Bulltron, the Bull Megatron. Chase Holstis, Joseph Constantine, Skyward Keyblade, I'm still waiting for that game to come out. Nolan, not North, but close enough. Christopher Perrin, Christina Coleman, Sally, Alex Meyer, Doc Drazen, Andrew Arana, Aaron Brewington, David Freeze. Why won't it go through my head? It's the last name was just stopping at my brain and won't go through. I'll work Free Sleep. There we go. Got it. Fernando Silva, Rodrigo Deres. Is that right? Deres. Yeah. I'm gonna have to workshop that. Beautiful Yoshi, Steven Seference, Matt Jonas, Squiggly Kip, Yuriofwind loses his voice slightly, Crow Feathers, Aaron B, Alex Raleigh. Andrew, Medina. Kelsey, Lonesbury. Lucas, Basquet. Oh, why do French names always screw me up when mine's French? Kelly Bain, hi! Eric Comcho. That might be a whoops. Jonathan Cleos. Shea Montgomery. Damn it. I'm sorry, Shea Montgomery. That's right? Tyler Barton. Our Pie Spies. Our Pie Spies. Yeah. Joseph Hitzky T. Erlen Mattis Rees. John Garcia. Jacob Epler. Hannah Krause. I thought I already read Krause. River Casey. Zachary Hacker. Joey Guzman. Douglas P. Yare? No, that can't be it. If I messed that up, I'm sorry. Damn it. And C. Cloud Montclar. And also Dark Video Gamer. Hey, I didn't say that one wrong. Thank you all for helping. I've been able to start upgrading stuff and have new videos that I'll be able to do now that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, or even work towards otherwise, and that is thanks to you all. So thank you. And I hope everyone has a good, happy birthday also. I'm gonna go lose my voice now. See you guys next time on End Slate, when I lose my voice.